Hey guys. So, I know you guys all remember this little guy. And I've had a little good while. But, he's nothing really spectacular. But I recently got this awesome guy right here. This is my baritone ukulele. It sounds quite a bit like a guitar. It's very cool. And now, some of you would say, okay, Griffin, I thought you were trying to take a different direction with your vlogs. Be more serious. Well, guess what? This is pretty serious. Because why I have this instrument is because I am still a big fan of all of the natural music that's out there. All of the stuff that we can produce just through playing, through vibrations of strings and through moving air like with trumpets and stuff like that. And with vocals. I am still a huge proponent of those, and it bugs me to see the pop industry going where it's going. I remember we just recently did a decades project for our history class, and for it, my group was doing the 70s, and the 70s, in my opinion, was one of the best time in music. If you look back, we have the Bee Gees, not the BJs, the Bee Gees. We have John Lennon with Imagine. We had Jimi Hendrix had just died, so it doesn't really count. We had Don McLean with American Pie. We have all these good classic songs where they're either disco or they're all about the natural instruments, and that's key to me. In that our current world is just converting to all this AutoTune, which I hate with a burning passion because it's overused, and a world filled with synthesizer instruments. So it's basically giving the untalented the ability to be talented, which, as much as I get the whole concept of everyone should have an equal chance, there's still this thing called natural talent that some people have and some people just don't. And I think that has to have that level of differentiation. Otherwise, we're just going to get all these people who are not really capable of doing what they act like they're able to do, which, in my opinion, is just painful. Because I take myself as a pretty serious musician. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about chord structure and stuff like that. I'm still figuring that out. That's why I'm taking music theory next year. But when I write a song, it's because it's from my heart, and I'm thinking about what I'm saying. It's not like what we hear on the radio, where it's just sex, drugs, and alcohol. And it absolutely outrages me because it doesn't feel right, and it pisses me off. So it's frustrating. As I said, I love these natural, more worldly sounding instruments other than the weird stuff. That was a really weird interpretation of that. And let me also put it this way. I'm not against techno and stuff like that. I am against it taking over our society and giving people talent that don't have actual talent. That is the key thing for me. And I know it seems selfish, but it really is just that it gives those who really don't have any talent, it suddenly gives them the right to then act like they're talented when they really aren't. It's not even just the ability of them to make their music known, it's the fact that they act then like, oh yes, I'm phenomenal, instead of saying, yeah, really, the computer did it all for me. I know that, in my opinion, the world would be a much better place if we listened to a lot more One Republic, Lifehouse, Rascal Flatts, Camera Can't Lie, one of my favorite bands. I mean, most of the music I listen to, I feel like, is probably healthier for us as a nation to listen to, because I know that most of what I listen to is love songs, but that's just the way I am. But it's better than just sex, 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 sex. There's probably something like that. So I don't know for sure, but there probably is. So I feel like the music industry is evolving in a direction it shouldn't. I feel like before it always had its own little individual fad, as in we had jazz music, we had rock and roll, which we still do obviously, and then we had kind of a rap fad. And I never was a big fan of the rap fad. I was like, oh well, I hope this goes away soon. And it is starting to slowly fade, but the thing is that I think AutoTune's even worse. It really is. Because it seriously rids the world of the raw talent of some musicians. I know several people who are phenomenal musicians who may not make it in the music industry only because other people know how to use a computer better. I find that absurd. I don't get why that exists. I think it should really all be about how talented a person actually is when it comes to music. Because otherwise, there's no value to the entire thing of music. It's just, oh yeah, beats and rhythms, like that. It's not all from the heart. It's not all taking what you can do and expelling it out to the rest of the world and putting your heart out on display. So, I don't have a whole lot else to say. I'm probably just going to sit here and play my baritone ukulele a little bit. This thing is phenomenal. So, just play kind of a tune that kind of is in the way I feel right now. with an angry sounding song. That's actually the chord structure for one of my 2 favorite songs on the album, and the album is coming this summer. So I'm not gonna waste the rest of your nights. You guys should all go get some sleep. Since school's winding down, at break, I have no idea what the plan is for break. Honestly, I don't. I might do some sort of info-y blog. I don't know what to. It's just kind of a hybrid blog. But the key point I'm trying to argue here in this entire vlog is just about. It is a serious point. It is the corruption of the music world by this strange new fad of AutoTune, and I just don't like it. I really don't. So, feel free to, if you see me at school and want to hear me rant on about AutoTune. That's a very easy thing for you to rant about. Trust me, I can just go on for hours about it. So, if you want to, just let me know when we can talk. So, with all that said, that's the end. Later, guys.